Hey, welcome back. Keeping up the theme with the Airfix 132 scale toy soldiers, and also going to keep up last week's theme with the Battle of Waterloo sets that Airfix did in the early 70s. There were 4 sets. This one is kind of special. I call them tin soldiers for a reason. You'll see that in a bit. And you should really stick around for the close-ups, and you can see what I'm talking about, because these are some really, really nice figures. I said before that the 7th Cavalry as a whole might be my favorite set, but these might be some of my favorite figures, all in all. And the reason for that is there's something about the tin soldier thing I talk about, where it fits the theme of the Napoleonic era and the older muskets and swords and drums and all that stuff. So I really like this. And the curious thing about these is that they're actually, there were 2 guys, as far as I can find, sculpting figures for Airfix. And in the beginning it was Niblet, and he was doing a lot of the 176. And then later Cameron came on and did most of the 132. But these looks like the 3 other sets than this looks like someone sculpted, and this looks like someone else sculpted, because the artistic way they're done are different with this set and the other 3. I'll show you a bit. I'm just gonna have a look at the box real quick. So I mean, this is more of a general infantry that you can paint in more different ways compared to last week's, which were the grenadiers of the Imperial Guard, and they had their uniforms. So with these you can paint the uniform the basic red and gray, and then add the collar and the cuffs of the sleeves and the shoulder pads, paint those differently to make it to be different regiments. And it says on the back here also, the painting instructions are more, not so general. They tell you a little bit more about this. The illustrations show an infantry of the 2nd Foot Guards, Coldstreams. Shoulder wings denote flank companies in all regiments, white plumes being worn by grenadier companies as a whole, with the Coldstreams using red and white as shown. All 3 regiments of guards had blue facings. Facings are the collar and the cuffs. Line infantry grenadiers wore red wings, such as the 44th East Essex, with yellow facings, white plumes and cords. Regimental numbers were often painted on the outer flap of the knapsack or large pack. So that's, it gives you a good, decent information. And with the internet these days, that would be kind of easy to actually try to portray different regiments and such. And on the back here, just the information on the infantry unit, a little bit about what they did in the Battle of Waterloo. Other than that, these figures, as I call them, tin soldiers, I'll show you. I'll do a close-up of all 4 sets. I'll take the rifleman, and the rifleman's on the right side from the British infantry. You can tell that he's about half the width of the other 3. And I know some skinny people, but not that many people that skinny. So it looks more like a tin figure that you would cast in those rubber molds, for instance. They're not so rounded, they're more flat. And if you look from the front, you can see that the other 3 are leaning into the shot a little bit more, pushing against the recoil, while the British infantry is more upright and looks more toy-like. Not trying to do like a realistic pose, but that's kind of what I like about these. I think it's very, very artistically pleasing. And also, just in general, the different, there's not a boring or bad figure in this set. Running guy, someone maybe using the bayonet against cavalry charging. Even the guy loading has a very proud, stoic kind of head turned to the side look. Marching guy, I wouldn't mind having 20 of these painted up nicely in a display case. That would be kind of neat. And then the favorite, I think my favorite of this set, is the kneeling rifleman, which is, nice focus, I don't know. There's something about him. Anyways, and the officer just looks very toy-like in his pose, I think. Yeah, these are super awesome, and I need to get some more of these loose and paint them up. Yeah, so that's about it for this set. We'll just do the close-ups, and hopefully I see you guys in the next one. Cheers.